Hey, what's going on everyone? JS Cards here coming at you with a Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, and today we're going to be going over my Swordsoul Tenyi deck. It took me a little while to build this deck and get everything for it and test it out, but I'm really glad I did because I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. I really like the way the Tenyis work with the new Swordsoul cards, and it's just a really fun mid-range deck. Lots of synchro summoning. There are certain combos you want to know how to play and how to play against and stuff like that, but it's not some crazy combo-based deck, and there's actually a lot of like control aspects with the hand traps and stuff like that too. So I've been liking this deck. Let's jump into it and we'll go through the list. Overall, I think it is pretty standard, but we'll just start off with the monsters, starting with 3 copies of Mo Yi. Some of these names I'm not sure how to pronounce exactly, so my apologies, but gotta play triple copies of Mo Yi. When this card's normal or special summoned, you can summon a level 4 token tuner onto your side of the field. And if you use Mo Yi as a synchro material and it goes to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. So really nice card here. Another awesome card for the deck is 3 copies of Long Yuan. This is the Swordsoul Strategist. You can discard 1 Swordsoul or Worm monster from your hand to the graveyard to special summon him, and then he summons out a level 4 tuner as well. And he's a level 6, so it allows for very easy access into your Barone or any other level 10 that you want to play. And when he goes to the graveyard, if he's used as synchro material, he deals 1200 damage to your opponent. So yeah, another 3 of that you want to play. I play 2 copies of Taya. This card allows you to banish 1 Swordsoul or 1 Worm monster from your graveyard to special summon a token. And if you use Taya as synchro material and he goes to the graveyard, you can send 1 Swordsoul card from your deck to the graveyard. And then our honorary Swordsoul card, it's not really a Swordsoul card, but it pretty much is 2 copies of Incredible Ecclesia. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then you contribute this card to special summon out a Swordsoul monster from your hand or deck. It's important to note too, she's also a level 4 tuner, so if you already have some Swordsoul monsters out, you could just summon her and use her as a tuner if you really need to. But yeah, this card's awesome. If I had a 3rd copy, I would maybe try to find room to play the 3rd. But I only have 2 copies, and this is a 41 card deck already, so we'd have to see, you know, about adding a 3rd one, but I think you're fine with 2 copies. I've seen some builds that even play 1. They might play 3 Taya instead, and then just 1 Ecclesia if they have it. I think 2 is a pretty solid number. I've been liking it so far, but yeah, if you have any suggestions, let me know. If I ever find a 3rd, maybe we'll test it out. And then moving on to our Tenyis, we have 3 copies of Ashuna, double Vishuddha, and double Adhara. I think this is a pretty standard Tenyi lineup. I know a few builds have played the Water Tenyi, which I haven't tried out yet, but that does seem like a pretty good one of. That might be something I test out in the future, otherwise pretty standard Tenyi lineup. I can't really say too much about it. And for hand traps, I have 3 copies of Ash and double copies of Effect Veiler. Alright, and then for the spells, we play 3 copies of Swordsoul Emergence. This lets you add a Swordsoul monster from your deck to your hand. If you control a synchro monster though, you can add any Worm monster from your deck instead. And if this card's banished, you can target a Swordsoul or Worm monster you control and increase or decrease its level by 1 until the end of the turn. Next up, 3 copies of Vessel for the Dragon Circle. Then we have 3 copies of Pot of Desires for some draw power, and you do play a lot of multiples, so, you know, banishing isn't that big of a deal. Plus, this card's actually really good for your level 10 Swordsoul Synchro because he gains attack for each banished card. And, I mean, he can get pretty big, so actually kind of a cool card to use with him. But yeah, I mean, being able to draw 2 is too good. And then 3 copies of Forbidden Chalice. This card is sometimes like the MVP of the deck. I don't have Forbidden Droplets. This is kind of like my budget version of Droplets, but this card is so good. And then for one-ofs, we have Swordsoul Sacred Summit. This is a card that I originally was not playing. I just recently added it in. It's basically a monster reborn for your Sword Souls and your Worms. I mean, it can monster reborn anything. Also, if it is banished, it increases or decreases the level of a monster by 1. So that's where some of the level manipulation comes in with some of their spells and traps, where you can alter the levels of your monsters and then go into some synchros that you normally wouldn't be able to. So it's a pretty cool card. I like it. I'll probably keep it in here. And then we have the one called by the grave. We might as well play it to be able to stop a hand trap or, you know, any card in the grave. And then moving on to the traps, I played 2 copies of Swordsoul Blackout. I originally was playing 3, but it's searchable. I don't really think you need to play 3. Some builds have even played 1, so I guess it's kind of just up to you. You know, I think it's a solid 2 of. And then for the last card of the deck, I played 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Basically another hand trap and just a really good trap overall. So yeah, that is it for the main deck. It's 41 cards. Let's move on to the extra deck. I don't think you need to play any more than 1 copy of Shaman. I was only playing 2 Monk originally, but the third one does come up, so I just decided to make some room for it. You know, it's better to have it and not use it than not have it and need it, I guess, in my opinion. But yeah, so that is it for the Link monsters. The rest of the deck is all synchros. We're gonna go somewhat in level order here. So we have 1 Yazi, and then for our level 8s, we have 1 Adamancipator Dragite, Gamma, Berserker of the Tenyi. Then we have double Chi Sao. I'm not sure how to say the name, I apologize. Double copies of Baxia, Chao Feng, Swordsoul Tenyi, your level 10 synchro, and we have Baronne de Fleur. Most of the time you're going to be going into your Swordsoul synchros and Baronne. Baronne is just way too overpowered. I originally did not have this card, but I was able to get a good deal on it. Shout out to Team Sakurasu. Go check out their channel below. And yeah, such an awesome card for the deck, and it's very easy to make. Baxia is another card that you go into quite a bit, and even Chao Feng. Chao Feng can turn off light monster effects, so if you're worried about Nibiru or anything like that, you can just go into Chao Feng and you know you'll be safe. Alright, but now we'll move into the side deck. It's nowhere near perfect. I'm still working some things out, and you know, it just kind of changes depending on what people at my local store are playing, but we'll go through it. Alright, so for the monsters, I have 3 copies of Droll Unlock. I think this card's just too good not to play. It just can hurt a lot of different decks. Dragon Link, Drytron, anything doing a lot of searching is just really good. And then the 1 Pankratops, it's a good going second card. For spells, 3 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. Back row can hurt this deck, and you know, there's trap decks running around, Trap Eldritch, stuff like that. So just being able to banish a card, you know, and just be done with it is nice. Then 3 copies of Evenly Matched. This card is awesome as well. And then for some one-ofs, we have Imperial Order and Red Reboot. So, I mean, we do have some important spells that Imperial Order can hurt us, but really, you can play them before you activate this, or even if you can't activate them, like, it's worth playing Imperial Order, in my opinion. A lot of people want to see this card banned. You know, it's at 1, you might as well play it. It feels good when you top deck it at the right moments, so for right now, we're playing it, and we'll just see what happens, you know, whenever the ban list comes out. So there you guys have it. That is my Swordsoul Tenyi deck profile. Pretty standard, but a lot of fun to play. And this is my main deck, and it has been for a little while, and I thought I'd profile it for you, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. All of you guys made 2021 my best year on YouTube, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future. I want to keep growing the channel, making videos, and hopefully you guys stick around and follow me on this fun, creative journey. And let me know what deck profiles or other types of videos you'd like to see. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to know. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching this video. I hope you guys take care and have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out and have a good one.